First of all, relative to, there's a lot of us that believe that the primary issue initially needs to be security at the border, that needs to be the number one priority. Once that is accomplished, then we can deal with the rest of the issues. But unless that's dealt with first, we won't seriously deal with that. And the people that are here will stay, and people will see that they got to stay, and we'll have more and more come over the border, which has never been secured. That's the concern that a lot of us have. And would you comment on where you believe that security at the border comes into the solution to the problem of illegal immigration in the country?
When Congressman Flake and I drafted the Strive Act, if you go to the first section of the Strive Act, it's border security. Then we went to interior enforcement. I mean, the first three chapters of our bill are about internal enforcement and enforcement procedures. So obviously, as we drafted the legislation, we prioritized that for the reading, and so that people, when they looked at it, look, we need to secure our borders. Fences have been established without proper funding to build them. I didn't vote. I didn't think you need that. But if you read our legislation, I will tell you, Mr. Chabot, we build a virtual fence between the United States of America and Mexico by using technology, by putting thousands of new Border Patrol agents on that border. But the other thing I think we do, Mr. Chabot, is let's ask ourselves, who really comes across that border? Because we'll just deal with the border for 1 second. Well, people come looking for job opportunities, and the U.S. Border Patrol says about 90% of the people that they capture are coming here to seek a new job, to seek employment opportunities. Then about 5% of them are coming to be reunified with family members, given the delays in our visa system. Then we have another 5%, which are alien criminals. They're people with criminal backgrounds. They're not good people. So we try to distinguish in our legislation between, while all immigrants are foreigners, not all foreigners are immigrants. Immigrants come seeking job and family reunification. Foreigners come here to cause damage and not necessarily immigrant. Second, and you made this point very well, Mrs. Chabot, in your testimony, 40% of all of those that are here illegally in the United States never crossed that border. So they came here on a temporary visa, student visa, tourist visa, H-1B visa, whatever visa they had, and there are multiple numbers of visas, and then they overstayed their visa. So I just want to go quickly back to what I shared with Chairwoman Velasquez. That's why we need a biometric system and an employment verification system at the federal level. So if I come here on a student visa, I overstay it. If I don't have that biometric with that swipe on the back, I can't get a job. And the other thing, I won't stay because I can't get a job. The only way you're going to be able to be employed in the United States ultimately is by having a biometric card verifiable by the federal government.
Thank you. Does in your view, does giving local law enforcement the authority to voluntarily assist in enforcement of our immigration laws, is that helpful? Would you favor that?
Let me tell you, here's what we do in our bill. We simply restate what the law is. And we state that, look, if you're committing a burglary, you should be arrested and prosecuted and jailed. If you're in any illegal activity, law enforcement should be able to go after you, irregardless of your immigration status, based on that action.
But when you say illegal activity, you would not include being here illegally as one of those activities.
Let me suggest to you the following. And this is how we look at it. Being here in the United States, not under color of law, is a civil violation of our immigration system. It is not a criminal violation of our system. So do we think nothing should happen to them? No. So let me try to make the argument this way. You're the jury. You're the judge. The American people. You and the American people are the judge. What I say on behalf of the undocumented is they violated a stipulation of our law, the immigration law. And we agree that they did that. Then we say, did they violate any other law? And if they haven't, if for any other purposes they're of good moral character and never have had interface with our legal system, and they've been working, they're of good moral character, then we say to them, pay a $2,000 fine, learn English, learn civics, pay all your back taxes, work during those 6 years, do a touchback, that is, leave the country and re-enter and reboot legally. And at the end of 6 years, we're going to take a look at you and see if whether or not you should then be eligible for permanent residency. So we let them earn. That is, here was the violation of the law, here is the corresponding punishment. In justice, there should be a relationship between the punishment and what you did. And we think we do that in our legislation.
Thank you.